Alright, so LR Omega Shenron is officially in game, and it took me a while to get him. I did actually have to hit the pity coin requirement for this LR Omega, but man, is it worth it. I really wanted to go ahead and test this guy out. A lot of people are saying he is the villain savior, and he is the character that's going to carry villains. So I'm very excited again. His leader skill looks pretty good again, just to break it down. He does lead Inhuman Deeds, Power Absorption, and GT bosses. There are a bunch of villains on there. I think maybe it could have been more expansive with like Battle of Fate. At the bare minimum, he does give an extra 50% to Shadow Dragon Saga, Worldwide Chaos, or Battle of Fate as well. So like a wide range of really good villain characters right now do fit this team. Mine right here, 55% Link level 10, looking pretty good. We have the special equips on him, and we also do have a rainbow friend here who is also not even Link level 10, funny enough. But again, I wanted to, well, firstly, I couldn't really find any free duple mega friends, and secondly, I just kind of grabbed this dev friend that's on the friends list here, so that should be fine. Looks like they also have the special equips in Omega, so again, we'll see what Omega Shenron's able to do. There's a lot that this guy has to provide to the table. We'll go ahead and let Rose Goku Black gets this. So this guy, again, on his entrance animation, you're able to use that when all allies are extreme class characters. For the first turn, he'll change Tech or AGL keystrokes to Rainbow, and he'll give extreme class allies a 20% additional chance to perform a crit. So for example, this Goku Black right here does only have a percentage chance to crit, not a guaranteed crit. I'm actually bringing up the exact number right now. It is up to 60% there. So now he's going to have an 80% chance to crit. So that's, again, a really just nice little buff. It's nothing like super overpowered, but it's just nice to make sure the crits do come through. Then for the first 4 turns, he'll provide 2 key and 70% attack support to extreme class allies, and he himself will launch an additional super attack. So, and then it is just going to be nice for him to have that additional super attack ability, at least for the first few turns. He has a baseline of 50% reduction and 300% attack and defense. He'll get 1 key per key sphere obtained, and he still changes physical or int key spheres to rainbow key spheres, which is why there are a lot of key spheres on the field right now. He's also able to use his domain from turn 1 if you have a full Inhuman Deeds, or no, never mind. If you have another Inhuman Deeds, Power Absorption, or GT bosses ally in the same turn, or after he attacks 5 or more times in battle. So again, I would say 2 pretty simple conditions, for especially considering his team. But his team is going to be Inhuman Deeds, Power Absorption, or GT bosses, and that is definitely his own best setup. So we're actually going to use the domain now, since it's most effective against superclass enemies, which is why I came into this fight in the first place. Alright, sweet. So here's the Omega domain. Now, this domain slash Dokkan field does give the category enemies and allies, in accordance to his leader skill, 25% attack. So to clarify, Inhuman Deeds, Power Absorption, or GT bosses category enemies and allies will receive an additional 25% attack. So again, against extreme class allies, it could be a double-edged sword, especially the Goku Black and Zamasu fight. They are Inhuman Deeds, but again, the attack buff could be very useful depending on the situation for your allies too. He'll also increase damage received by superclass enemies and allies by 20%, and then an additional 10% for characters who are also in Earth Protecting Heroes, Fused Fighters, or the GT Heroes team, which again we're able to see right here. This is his domain. It's in Japanese though, so you guys wouldn't be able to read it. Now, the one very important thing about this character is that he just needs 1 Rainbow Key Sphere to operate. As long as he's able to get at least 1 Rainbow Key Sphere, he'll be looking really good. At 24 key, he does get guaranteed crit. We want to keep that in mind, but the most important thing is getting 1 Rainbow Key Sphere. When he collects a Rainbow Key Sphere, he'll get a 2-turn support buff. It'll be 70% defense to to extreme class allies. Then GT bosses will get 10% damage reduction. So, again, if we account for a double Omega team, both Omega Shenrons will be getting the support buff by grabbing a Rainbow Key Sphere. So you could theoretically have this Omega sitting very safely with a 70% damage reduction rate. You know, Goku Black and Zamasu here will be getting defensive support, although they're not in GT bosses for the damage reduction rate. 70% defense support from both Shenrons is, of course, 140%. That's a lot. We don't really see that amount of defensive support too often. I feel like the only other time we've seen this is the Super Saiyan Goku, Gohan, and Trunks from last year's Worldwide Celebration, right? We might as well just go ahead and start playing things, but again, he's at 425k defense. We do not have, we don't have big bad bosses right now, so that's another thing to consider. But when he does attack, he receives 150% attack. Then when he's 18 or more, he receives another 150% attack when attacking, and defense 150% when receiving an attack. So this guy is, going to be able to get a substantial amount of defense after he does receive that first attack. He likely will take the super from Blue Goku in slot 2, by the way, either him or the Nova Shenron, right? We actually do fall under 88% HP, though. This does activate Big Bad Bosses, funny enough. At level 5, we've got bosses, which what this guy has, it's a 90% HP restriction. So Omega starting off with the, 56 million attacks right there. And you see, he does actually have an AoE, and there's the 35 mil after that. So Omega Shenron does attack all enemies with his attack all, and he actually also disables an action from those enemies. So both Goku and Vegeta do have one action disabled, which is why we were able to see both of them kind of lose an attack right there, which is really good. That attack could very well have been a super attack from Blue Goku. He could also super attack us right at the end here, right? But yeah. Nova will also be getting his own video. Don't worry about that. Nova did pretty decent damage there himself, so that's really nice. So, I'm trying to figure out what to do here. I feel like a Rose slot 1 will be the best situation. So my Omega, for example, at free dupe is at 435k defense, right? And again, once we grab this Rainbow Key Sphere, things are going to start getting really, really crazy. I might actually attack Blue Goku. And the only reason for that is because I want to start debuffing this guy. We could really, really heavily debuff Blue Goku. I do want to attack you, but I might attack Blue Goku as well. Because Omega Shenron does have a 4-turn defense raise on his 18 key whilst doing the AoE Mega Colossal allies. Or not all allies, imagine character allies. All enemies. He's not Blue Falcon Goku. But he does raise defense for the turn, cause colossal damage, and greatly lowers attack and defense on his 12-piece super. So, again, we could very easily get Goku to a very, very low attack stat here. And Goku will just not really be able to do too much damage to us. But I think, yeah, no, we'll keep this because we could finish Blue Vegeta next turn. Not the biggest deal in the world. And also, we know that Blue Goku is not going to be able to attack after Omega does his own attack. This is probably going to hurt still, if not straight up kill us, though. Blue Goku supering instantly is not ideal for EJ Rose. Yeah, okay. But, after this, again, we're receiving all these defensive hits. We should actually be really tanky. Because now this Rose has 70% defense and guard, and he's under 70% HP. It's funny, yeah. He goes from taking damage to taking double-digit damage. Is that not crazy? So Omega's at a 46 mil attack star right there. We don't have certain links such as Big Bad Bot, or no, Shadow Dragons and GT is kind of the links I want to point out. Those links will give 30% stats in total, which is a lot, right? I thought Blue Goku could be Attack Lord, but I guess I'm stupid. I have to be stupid. But either way, Blue Goku's taking quite a lot of damage here again. With the Omega Shenron's domains, these guys are taking 30% extra damage. Look at what Buhan's doing. Oh my god. Buhan's still really, really good, by the way. And there's the other action break. We have LR Super Baby 2 getting his grade 8 mode. Another character I need to show off because he didn't have his, well, he has his limited time buffs now. But okay, we're gonna cancel out the super here. I guess we're gonna pretty much just kill Vegeta as well. So overall, a pretty big win. And we got some healing from Wuhan last turn. Yeah, we're looking really good here. I think Vegeta could, well, Vegeta's definitely dead this turn no matter what. Now, Blue Goku is getting a 150% attack buff, but it doesn't really matter. How hard does Blue Goku hit in this turn? Let's see. 4.2 mil, 4.3 mil right there. Yeah. Again, that is pretty devastating considering he can super twice right there. It's not that crazy though. I guess no, that is 4.6 mil with type advantage. I believe type advantage still counts here in this gradient mode. So yeah, as you see, Vegeta did way more damage to Baby than he usually does because he is also type disadvantage against Vegeta. That's important to know. That is definitely important to know. I mean, these are, yeah, see 1.4 mil normals with type advantage specifically, right? Type advantage makes a really, really huge deal, which is really nice. So, again, we'll see. I think the only thing I'm worried about Omega specifically is maybe, like, even though there's a lot of good villains on this team build, I think it needs to be filled out a little, like, it's, you could say top heavy, I think is the best word to describe it. You can kind of run the clones here, but the clones really want a full Future Saga team like the Goku Black team. So this team is not really going to work in that regard. Okay, I guess we'll keep going. I don't want to just straight up kill Blue Goku here. That is not kind of what I'm going for. I want one more rotation with Omega. Anyways, continuing on from there, you could theoretically run full power Frieza, right? I think that could be a decent option. Grade A Vegeta could also be a decent option. Let's, again, keep looking here. Again, Int Buhan's really good. I think Int Buhan's like one of the, like, extra options, like filler options that you can run on the team very easily. I want to try AJO Omega. When it comes to just, okay, we got the 3-turn grade 8 man. Are you kidding me? Okay, well, I guess it just gives me an excuse to keep yapping here. When we come to GT bosses, we know we're getting a bunch of buffs. I mean, honestly, really looking at it, maybe the team is not that great then. Like, I think this setup is nice. We do know that we're going to get the EZA for Tex and Shenron. I think Tex and Shenron will probably be quite good post EZA. We know that STR Mega Shenron is also getting his Super EZA. And the Legion of Shadow Dragons are getting their Extreme Z Awakening. They also luckily have big bad bosses because Sin Shenron's there, so that's, again, a really, really good buff. We'll see what Omega does here in this turn. Again, we want to make sure we get a Rainbow Key Sphere with him. Goku Black, it doesn't really matter if he gets a Key Sphere or not, so, or at least a Rainbow one. He doesn't need to be F24 key even. And Baby will be fine too. So, again, Omega, we're seeing him at 888k defense now that we have, you know, GT and, you know, everything like that activated. Well, specifically GT and Big Bad Bosses, 2 really big links. Even at level 6, GT is still giving, what, 6%, and then Big Bad Bosses is, of course, still giving 25% under the HP threshold. We technically could heal up above that, but I'm going to avoid that. I don't think we're going to need to heal anyways because there's no super attack. But let's do the math. So 888k, and then 478. He'll receive 150% defense when receiving a super as well. That shoots him up to 2.2 mil. And again, that's counting last turn's Omega giving it the support. He has 70% reduction here. And post super attack, he's going to get even more defense. 2.2 mil defense with the 70% reduction rate. Would I like it a little higher? Potentially. Again, we don't have the Shadow Dragons link, which is another 20%. And I think they definitely did consider the Shadow Dragons link when making Omega. Just because of the amount of Shadow Dragons that we are going to see with Extreme Z Awakenings. But, yeah, I'm actually going to, well, let me double check. With Baby, under 70% HP, or no, under 40% HP, he will get an extra buff. Yeah, he gets extra defense and high chance to dodge, but he doesn't actually have to dodge with his limited time boosts. So we're going to just give him this, and we're going to have him heal a little bit. That should be fine. He'll get 100% attacking defense when attacking with HP 70% or more. So that should be good. We'll see what Omega hits for. I'm very confident we actually do kill here. And I actually might hop into... I mean, I could hop into this fight again, but I feel like we'll go into the... which fight should we go? Either the Gogeta fight or the Goku Black and Zamasu fight. I probably will do the Goku Black Zamasu fight. I think they could actually be pretty good here. We'll see what happens. So what? This is a 64 mil attack stat. He's going to, of course, action break the Blue Goku, and then here's his guaranteed additional super. Now, the last thing I didn't point out with this guy is he, again, I mean, we all know he only has the additional super attack and, you know, the 2 key 70% support for 4 turns in terms of the attack. But after performing 5 more attacks in battle, he'll give extreme class allies key 2 and then 20% chance to crit. And the next turn, he'll change Tech or Angel Key Spheres to Rainbow Key Spheres every single turn. So he'll have double Rainbow Key Sphere changing. Well, I mean, missing that attack support could be really big. But again, let's hop into the Goku Black Zamasu fight. We'll be right back and we'll see what they could do in there a little. So funny enough, I think we're going to try AGL Cell here. He might actually not be a 0 option. And I did throw, what's it called, Nova off. Because the AoE is going to be a bit devastating for Nova Shenron here. We'll of course let Omega's intro play again, just because he's a new character, right? We want to make sure Omega gets his little bit of action in. Again, yeah, I was looking at the options again for Omega's team, and I do think that things can really change. I think especially with like in this fight, we get S tier Omega in here. S tier Omega has the 40% attack debuff. I mean, even if they will increase this, still, it's really going to be a huge kind of change if they do something like that. We're actually pretty safe here, all things considered. You know, I do want to try something. I think this could be a team build where we kill Goku Black first. If that sounds a little crazy, right? But there are team builds where you are actually able to eliminate Goku Black first, due to the mass like attack debuffs that you could provide. Because again, Super Baby 2 here does also lower attack, right? And if we keep Goku Black like really attack lowered by quite a bit, because Buhan greatly lowers attack and he'll double super, Omega great lowers attack and then Baby will, like, we're gonna have a huge attack lower here. And then I think next turn we'll use the domain is what I'm thinking. Who else was attacking Goku Black? Lowers attack. Yeah, I think we're gonna actually attack Goku Black here, and we'll get the 8 key spheres. Yeah, we'll just knock Goku Black out of the park. In fact, no, I am going to use Omega's domain here. I don't think turn one, even with 2 attacks up and the 25% buff, I'm not sure how. I want to see how much this buffs Goku Black against Buhan, because Buhan usually wouldn't take that much damage from a turn 1 super like that, especially if he double attack lowers like the boss, right? Buhan could also get a triple super attack here, and that would, I mean, Goku Black would just not be able to really hurt him. Even after Goku Black gets his super attack off, I think we should be okay here. So we'll make sure we grab the Rainbow Key Sphere so that we're able to get the extra defensive buff for Buhan, and that's another really big thing. Buhan's getting all that defensive support, and we'll just keep attacking him. Again, this is really just mostly a test over anything else. Yeah, this is pretty much just mostly a test to see how things will go here. One more super would be ideal, but even if you don't, yeah, it's a normal. Okay. I mean, Goku Black could theoretically super at the end too. So let's see, what is Goku Black gonna do? Double digit normals, of course, that makes a lot of sense. Baby is gonna take some damage, I think, from this normal though. If not just die, that'd be really funny. No, double digits, okay. Alright, to be fair, Baby does have the limited time boost, so all of his stats are gonna be start of turn. That's really good. And Omega is gonna get his AoE off here, so with this AoE in mind, he's also going to have 2 attack disabled right there, right? Zamasu's attack disabled. Yeah, Omega's doing a lot of damage, dude. The guarantee crits really do matter, because these guys have really high defensive stats, so getting guarantee crits will definitely make a difference. Yeah, now Goku Black has 100% attack lower. Until he supers, of course, he'll be at 100% attack lower, right? Even then, like, we might have canceled his super there. No, we did not. So Baby is probably gonna die just because he's like the least suited character to take a super, I would assume. I would assume he would die here. Yeah, still 1.14. So I think there's a world. I didn't mean to pause. I meant to turn off the OST. If Baby was not the one in that third slot, there's 100% a world we could that's truths. Omega, we'll just bring him anyways. There's 100% a world where we could attack Goku Black first. Like in this instance, I'm gonna attack um Zamasu here, and we're actually gonna potentially be able to just get rid of Zamasu here. We'll see. We'll see what happens. This is again a rotation without Omega's influence, though. That's really important to consider. Hopefully, he doesn't lock. Okay, yeah. Actually, this is best case scenario for me. I really do like how these rotations are here, so we'll keep things as they are, and we'll just skip forward either to like hey, we could potentially die here, but we'll just skip forward until at least the next rotation with the Omega Shenron, just because that is where oh, well, no, never mind. I think we're dead here. Let's play this, actually. I'm pretty sure we're dead here. Yeah. I mean, unlucky. Like, we see Goku Black last turn super in the first slot. And then at the end, he decided to super at the very end. Like, it's very situational. Very, very situational there. So, again, we have Omega again here. And let's see how the rotations are looking. Cell locked in slot 1 is also not the best kind of thing to happen, but yeah, not really ideal here for Cell to be locked in slot 1 like that. Very, yeah, okay. Well, should I hold off on the domain maybe then? Yeah, I think I will hold off on the domain this turn. I should have gotten the 18 key super. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, I should get the 18 key super. Let me reset. We'll be right back. Okay, again, we're gonna see. I assume we'll be fine. I decided I wouldn't just reset or anything. It doesn't really matter. Okay, Cell has the pretty good chance to dodge here. I believe in Cell. You got this, buddy. Nice, there we go. Okay, nice dodge, Cell. We do love to see it. Goku Black is gonna hit Buhan a bit hard though. It wasn't too bad. Okay. Oh, well, Cell's dead. Yeah, okay. Alright, we're back yet again. We have the Goku Black kind of rotation here a bit. I think Adria Rose has to sit in slot 1 here. Yeah, Adria Rose is gonna, because Omega's not that tanky, unfortunately. We just gotta hope that Zamasu doesn't super instantly, but probably will happen. Yeah. Okay. Let's activate Omega's domain too. Just cause. Let's just get this in here. At this point, why not? You know. Yeah, because when it comes to this fight, you could definitely get like an run here, but it's like how consistent it'll be. I think seems like be the issue to me right now. Just because we could always get better characters here. Okay, he took 1 hit, took 2 hits. Okay, the super could be at the end, but the super is at the end. Okay. Okay, that's good, that's good, that's good. Luckily we're gonna have, as long as Omega doesn't get locked in slot 3 next turn, we will have a bunch of like different options for what we could do, I think, and I'm going to make sure we try and keep Omega on rotation just so we can have the defensive damage reduction support really going around here, right? Goku Black's actually literally, he's gonna take very little damage from this super attack, funny enough, because of the fact that he has like his full reduction and everything. Yeah, and obviously Goku Black's not built up. The biggest issue is that Goku Black's gonna get a little bit of build up every time Omega does his AoE, right? That is going to happen. Right here as well, there's Goku Black getting built up, but Omega's additionals will only be attacking Zamasu. This is also why I think, you know, maybe with the Omega team, you want to aim for Goku Black as fast as possible, because of the fact that you'll always be getting that build up for Goku Black here. But I mean, we'll see. We're already doing significant damage to Zamasu with the extra attack buff, and obviously, you know, this guy getting his crits in is certainly helpful too. Okay, with the 80% chance, because LR Mega is providing the additional 20% critical hit chance. So Buhan locked in someone is not the best ever, but it's not like the worst. It could be better though. Again, we'll make sure Buhan gets all those orbs here. That'll be important. Omega, yeah, just I can't see the screen half the time, man. And then Baby will grab this here. It'd be really funny if Baby gets double supered at the end. Like, like that could very well happen. Baby would just get double supered right at the end there. 500k, goodness. That's very hard hitting. And that is, yeah, okay. That's because of Goku Black getting hit. Yeah, we definitely need a little bit more of options for this Omega team is what I'm seeing here. Omega himself is looking pretty good though. I feel like Omega, again, he's providing just so much to these teams. We're gonna hop in one extra time here just so we could have Omega's like what's it called? His yeah, see this is definitely not a rotation that's gonna be doing anything either. I want to have his card art of the screen like with OSC playing in the background, because if I go into just the normal, I guess the normal game screen, like in the team building menu or whatever, we're gonna have Don Don playing, and it's just so annoying, very very annoying. I mean, could we win here theoretically? Like, we have double Omega Goku Black's coming. Actually, this is not too bad. Wait, chat, we might keep going here. And then if I do lose here, then we're actually just gonna move forward. But Cell, again, the reason why Cell failed is because Cell had to dodge like 6 attacks, right? Goodness, yeah, that's super hitting hard. Cell had to dodge like 1 billion attacks there. But now Cell only has to dodge the AoE and the attack at the end. He does have a pretty decent chance to dodge. It's definitely not crazy. Like, let me bring up this AGL Cell one more time. What is his dodge chance specifically here? I don't believe it's like anything crazy turn 1, because yeah, so he has the high chance and then the 18% on top of that, so it's nearly 70%. It's not 70% exactly, but it's nearly 70. Perfect. And Goku Black hasn't supered yet either, so that's really good. I guess what has to happen though, Goku Black needs to super Cell and Cell needs to dodge it. Because I guess I don't think Buhan would live this super attack specifically. Unless he would have debuffed Goku Black. Yeah, okay. This works out though. Zamasu's going to super here. Zamasu is not really going to damage Buhan post super attack. Like, he might do a bit of damage, but it's nothing crazy. Yeah, double digits there. But I believe in Cell. AGL Cell's going to get the dodge here. He's going to cook. He's going to be just fine. Unless I missed Goku Black supering somehow, which I don't think I did. I think I would have noticed if Goku Black supered. Then again, I was looking at another tab, so Goku Black could have very easily supered. All these sound effects, man, I don't know. Yeah, here's the super attack, though. All right, so dodge this, buddy. You got this, man. You got this one. Nice, okay. I mean, we're looking good here. I really hate that lock, though. That's a very unfortunate lock. That sucks so much. That, because our slot 1 character is not going to have links, man. I don't want to use an item, but, you know, I will use the item because this is not a no item run. This is me trying to showcase Omega. We'll use the friend Omega's domain here. This is me trying to show off Omega and what Omega is able to do. And I just want gameplay of Omega. So, again, yes, I'm using the Senzu Bean here, but that's just to make sure we're able to let Omega do his own thing. I guess with how the rotations look like, though, either way, unless, I guess one of the Omegas would have to get locked to slot 1, which is not an impossible task to consider, but what if I attack Goku Black here? Again, I have crazy ideas all the time, but I could attack Goku Black here. We'd be able to do a lot of damage to Goku Black. But like at this point, Zamasu, we might as well keep attacking him. Because his HP is already like, he'll heal back all the damage we did to him. Right? And that'll just suck. So we're gonna get 70% reduction. We're gonna have defensive support for both of the Omegas. Like, there's gonna be a lot going on here. And Goku Black, you know, I would like to see maybe Goku Black Super in slot 1 here. That would be what I want. Perfect. Okay. Omega. This is a turn 1, like what? 79% Omega or something like that. What does he do here? 400k. That's still above 50% of her HP. Zamasu, does he kill here? 560k. We barely died, but that's Omega. Even though he doesn't have the max reduction, that's without his defensive 2-turn buff. Okay, that's no attack lowering for Goku Black either, and that's with the domain buffing them. Like if I didn't use Omega's domain, he would actually have lived there, which is a bit funny. It's because of the domain active that I died. Because again, the domain doesn't support them defensively. Realistically, in that fight, you don't want to use the domain. Probably you won't use the domain until Goku Black, until you start focusing on Goku Black, is what I'm thinking. So again, it'll be very nice to take some monster out super early. I guess it's situational, but anyways, let me know what you guys are thinking about Omega. I like him personally, what he's doing. I do think that his team just needs a little bit extra to it to really make this guy like kind of look crazy. But man, this guy, he himself is very good. Because again, once we considered if he would be getting the Shadow Dragon's link there. I don't even know if that Omega was linked level 10. Once we would consider Omega also having like, a bunch of other characters around him that could really help him out in a better way. I think things will be looking really good for what he is aiming to achieve to do. So appreciate y'all for watching. And of course, I will catch you guys next time. And again, he's also a slot 2 character, by the way. He's not a character designed to be in slot 1 anyways. He usually would get the extra defensive buff from his super attack effects. So the fact that he, did eat those super attacks for that level of damage before he even got any attacks off is extremely impressive, because that 50% defense would basically, I mean, it would cut that in half, would it not? Because he would get 50% defense on top of what he's already taking. If I'm not mistaken, is that how it would work? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. Anyways, in the chat, in the comments. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.